Hello and welcome. Croeso, this is episode 7, I believe, already losing count, of the Adventures of Hiraeth, our Let's Play of LOTRO, Lord of the Rings Online. And we are still here in Nen Hiraeth, with the beautiful backdrop there. Oh, and we are being attacked by a wolf, even before we get a chance to say that we are going to go killing wolves. So, that's useful. And there, a new deed. Wolf's lair. Okay, let's take a quick. So we've killed one of the 6 that we need. Now, oh, we have a quest item. That's very useful. That sometimes does not pop up for quite some time. Collared. Looking closely at this crude collar, you can see that this is not the handiwork of elves or dwarves. Perhaps a Vorlos will be able to discern some measure of insight from the collar. You should deliver it to him at the elf camp on the northern edge of Nen Hiraeth. Okay, we can do. Easy enough. And here we have a couple more things. We have the Wolf Slayer deed. So we have to basically kill, I think, 30 of these. Again, we get some LOTRO points, a title, and some reputation. And we also have the Ally of Ered Luin, which basically we complete by completing quests in the area, and again gives us reputation and some LOTRO points, and also gives us the charity things, which is 173 resistance, 51 physical mitigation, 35 non-combat power regen. Not quite so useful as the one we saw before for wisdom, and I think he's being attacked. There we go. There we go. These the last 2 episodes are actually the first ones recorded, and this is 2 things here. The open tapping system, which allows us to basically, fight and not kill steal, as it used to be called years ago. Would basically someone was attacking a different creature, and you would just pop in at the last minute and get the experience by landing the killing blow. That's taken care of here, that you both get experience, which is good. So we're basically searching the glade for usable wood, and finding some, and finding a lot of it is not particularly useful. So let's go around here. They really have improved the scenery around here. It's too far away. Someone has killed most of the wolves, which means that they're going to spawn on us at any moment, because I'm not sure where they spawn. And this, of course, is a sort of common issue, but these creatures do spawn so quickly that it shouldn't be much of a problem. It's a number of clicks on these, and eventually we will get enough that the quest will complete. Oh, we auto jump over things these days. That's kind of interesting. Alright, so we've now gotten enough of that stuff. Let's find some wolves so that we can... Oh, what is this over here? Ah, an elf satchel. That doesn't look too promising. What does it say? So it is, we found the satchel of elf make near a serene pond. Okay, we found a leather satchel, which, if you remember, there was a strong hint what Athol was saying about, try and find some hint of where Avorthal had gone, even if it's just a satchel. And the hunter who that had been through here has done a very thorough job. What I was starting to say earlier is that the last couple of episodes have actually been recorded post patch 23, and it is noticeable that these wolves, for example, are now somewhat harder to kill than they used to be. They have revamped and changed the calculations for damage, and these have become a little tougher at low level, which all in all is a good thing. It will change the way that people approach the leveling portion of the game, and I think it makes it more engaging and more interesting. I'm all in favor of that. And this guy really is. It's there we go. So we could, if we wanted to, get some cheap experience and gain the deed very quickly, we could in fact just continue in this vale and kill off all these wolves, which is what that person's doing to get the deed. But honestly, there are so many wolves in the game. Even the getting to the advanced deed, the advanced wolf slayer deed, is easy enough. Nature calls once again from the vale. I can feel it course through my being. We cannot rest on this virtue, but you have brought hope where there was sorrow. Hiraeth, you have earned my favor. And of course we had to earn both of these people's favor before.
What can I do for you?
We could get Avorlas's favor. Yes, this wood will certainly do. This should please the cooper and the vintner both. The white ships will certainly now be supplied with the finest wine from Ered Luin.
Stay a moment.
Cooper and cask. Now that you have collected the wood, I would ask one more favor from you, friend. The cooper in Colondim, Brigadier, needs the wood to craft his casks. I would ask that you seek him out at the highest levels of Colondim, on the tiers of the crafters northeast of this location. Deliver the wood to him that he may build a proper cask. So we're being basically sent back to the crafting area, being pushed in that direction. The game does a good job of sort of organically pushing you towards where you need to go. So we have, let's do the collared quest.
Megovanen.
I know this handiwork. It is the handiwork of goblins. We must inform the others in Colondim. If the goblins have grown this aggressive, then we must do what we can to drive them back from our homes. So we can select one. I'll do that for now.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Particularly these, the Athelas and Celebrant drop very frequently, so it doesn't matter which one you choose from a quest. A word of warning. We cannot let another moment pass without informing others of the arrival of the goblins. Perhaps Lord Dorongir's protection is weakening. as we make our way to the shores to depart. Or perhaps the enemy grows stronger faster than we expect. And that's the first time we hear of the enemy. Regardless, Hiraeth, we must send word back to Colondim and my superiors there. Quickly return to Leinin, the Glade Watcher, at Colondim, and tell him of what you have found. You will find Leinin at the docks in Colondim, northeast directions. And we also have this one to turn in.
What do you need?
The trouble at Nen Hiraeth. You have done well here, Hiraeth. We will keep vigil here at Nen Hiraeth. I think now you are needed elsewhere. We shall not soon forget all you have done for us here at Colondim. So our choices. We've got a new hat, which actually adds 7 vitality, which is a good thing. Double the armor, and a nice increase in the stats. So we shall go ahead and equip our new staff, and also our new hat. Let's see what that will look on us like on us. Excuse me while I'm distracted by my phone. Okay, that's an interesting. There's a long running sort of. It's almost become. I'm not exactly sure what, but in the community there's quite a long-standing dislike for the appearance of the hats, and yet
Well met, friend.
they are actually very authentic to the pseudo-medieval period, Renaissance period that we're in. This is of Orthal's pack, I'm certain. I fear that something untoward has befallen my friend. Please take this to Cardavar and tell him that I will do whatever I can to help for my friend, his son. Okay, so we are being very carefully guided back to Colondim. We could go and check out. There's this ruin up here we started to see in the last one. There are some foul creatures there now. They may be a little bit above us in level, but they should not be too much of an issue. We come down here, all the way over here, and what we will do. Here we are, some wolves here. So there's a. I'm not sure. Even the second. Wow, they have really increased the HP for these creatures since the patch, which like I say, I think is not a bad thing. Okay, so we were too far away from the ruin to actually get any XP for it. Now let's see if we're close enough now. There we go. Now we seem to be close enough. So let's go up here. Okay, and if you remember, once we get there, we actually have to not just kill these creatures, but also make sure that we put the light there. Oh, we want to attack that. We will attack that guy here. There we go. stick some lightning on him. Oh yes, that lightning still works very well. There we go. Now, that should have... There we go. Here we can actually put that light there. So even though that was a level 8 quest and we are only level 6, as you see, it wasn't a particularly difficult one. Whenever you see any items like that in the thing, you should always pick them up, as far as I'm concerned. It will help either your current character or whichever character it actually will be. Your provisioner character, your baking character. Or I believe what cook is what they call it here. And we have gone to a dead end here. Sure, we could jump down without hurting ourselves too much, but we'll run around down here. There we go. And again, these sickle flies do not aggro. So I think what we will do as the series progresses, because again there's a lot of running around here, for new areas we will either walk or run or ride through them. But once we've seen them once, and if we have to go back to those areas, I will actually employ some editing skills, and we will then just skip over the tedious bits, if you like. Oh, I have no idea where we are here. I came out the wrong way. This is a new area. Oh, this is the side here. Okay, we went the wrong way. So we shall just go over here. Bits of Colundum you haven't seen before. Yes, well, you have seen this little bit, but we can go up here, back to the terrace. And like I said, there was a little shortcut to it from the other side, but we'll just come up here. So yes, we will skip over parts that we've not seen before. So I believe, yes, here we are. This is the Cooper.
May Govanen.
Megavanen. More wood? Excellent. I have been kept busy enough to think I may soon need assistance. You have my thanks for this delivery, Hiraeth. This wood will serve nicely as a cask for fine elven wine. Great. And we have now
May Govanen, might you spare a moment of your time?
the need of a cask. Lawmaster, if you would take a moment, I have a request of you. A dear friend to me, Verthoilwyn, spends her days tending the grapes of Limiel's vineyard in the north and west. She sent word to me not long ago that she requires a cask for a special wine that she wanted to present upon the white ships. I have crafted a cask for her, but need someone to take it to her, since the preparations for our departure keep me very busy. Would you take the cask to her? You will find her to the north and west at Laniel's vineyard. Which of course we can do. Again, being once we are done with Colundum, that is our next port of call. And let's go down and I believe talk to Cordovar, Cardivore, and also to line in where we need to turn in a couple of these quests. So we'll just run down here very quickly. Did you just see? No, I did not. So here's the first guy we need to talk to with the collared quest. A word of warning.
Greetings to you.
This discovery is worrisome. I will see that this information is passed along to Lord Doringar at Duiland. We never would have learned of this if not for you, Hiraeth. We are in your debt. Okay, so there. Now then, let's do the important one.
A shadow is on my spirit.
This is a Vorthal's statue. I am certain of it. Do you see this pattern on the side? A Vorthal stitched that himself long ago. You bring me fell tidings, Hiraeth. You are sure there were no other signs of a Vorthal? Some sign that my son might have been hiding nearby, safe from wolves or other dangers, but too far away to reclaim his satchel? Nay, that is a weak hope, and I must not trust to it. Some foe has brought down my son, my Avorthal. That is the only answer. Again, we get some food.
Will you lend me your ear?
So, this is the wrath of the elves. The goblins have slain my son, Hiraeth, and for that we will avenge them from Ered. We will sweep them from Ered Luin. No goblin will take as much as 3 steps into these lands before we are there to greet him with sword blade or arrowhead. Go forth and slay goblins wherever you find them, and cry aloud the name of a Vorthal. I would have the foul creatures know whose doom has come upon them. Whilst you were gone, word came to me that Limiel's vineyard has been defiled by goblins led by a vile creature called Pampouche. Seek out Pampouche and his minions and slay them in the name of a Vorthal. Limiel's vineyard lies northwest of Colondim. So we are being directed there, as my phone rings in the background. So again, we are being quite forcibly directed to go to Limiel's vineyard, which we will do in the next episode. Up until then, this is Gareth and my friend Hiraeth, and we hope you have enjoyed this video. Please consider leaving a like if you do. And again, there may be some delay between this video and the next, so to find out when the next one is, please consider subscribing. We really do appreciate it if you do that. If not, perfectly fine not to. So we will see you shortly. Take care.